I'm currently in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm going to take you guys to the grocery store with me just to kind of show you what it's like grocery shopping in a completely different country. I'm going to try and do this in every country that we go to just to kind of compare prices and items in the United States versus whichever country we are in at the moment. So let me know at the end of the video if you enjoyed this video and what else you might want to see when I go to the grocery stores or just in general in the countries that we are visiting. We are leaving next week to go to Vietnam, so stay tuned for that coming up in the future. I'm going to walk you around the store and we are going to compare prices based on Walmart in the United States, just so you have a better understanding of what things cost here. The first thing that I found was this rotisserie chicken, which was almost $6 in the US, and here it is 75 baht, which is $2.20, so less than half the price. Now, there's a huge issue when shopping in Thailand that one, they use baht instead of dollars, and two, they weigh things by kilograms instead of pounds. So I'm going to be trying to convert all of that to you by doing some math. But basically, the salad bar came out to less than 50 cents per pound. While I'm shopping, I'm doing all this after I get back home. Okay, so while I'm shopping, I don't actually know how much any of this stuff costs in comparison. So I'm going to be surprised with you guys on some of these items that I'm going to show you today. This ground pork is $3.56 at Walmart, and here it comes out to about $2 per pound if after math. There are way more meat options here, lots of different types of cuts and organ meat and all that stuff. I'm not a big meat eater, so I don't know that much about it, but we're gonna look at this pork tenderloin now. It's $3.43 in the US, and then per pound here it is $2.42. This is the liver and pieces of meat that I don't care anything about. Thai people actually eat a lot more meat than I thought that they would, which was kind of a surprise to me. This chicken breast, $2.67 a pound at Walmart. Here, if you calculate it by the pound, it's just $1.12 per pound, so significantly less expensive. And when I'm looking at Walmart, I am looking for the cheapest options available. So it is, of course, if you want organic or antibiotic free or all of that, it is going to be more expensive. This is my first big shock value for you guys. So to make things easier, I found a 60 count thing of eggs at Walmart. Half the price of that would be $12 for 30 eggs. Eggs here for 30 of them is only $3.34. And these are unwashed, brown, beautiful eggs. The eggs that I chose at Walmart were like the cheapest white version that you could get. And then you can get all different sizes. They don't do a dozen here. You can get, 30 or 10, but way cheaper than in the US, obviously. Look at all these garlic options. So I tried to do my best in comparison. So I picked out a a bag of garlic that was a little bit over a pound. So you are getting a little bit more if you get this from Walmart. But here you can get a pound for just about $1.50. Because there are a lot of tourists and foreigners that live here, they do have some imported goods, and this bread was one of them. Thai people just don't eat a lot of bread, but there's a lot of items that I will show you here in a little bit that are specifically for people like me that come here and are used to westernized food. It is usually a little bit more expensive, which I will show you the price there. You're really going to save money when shopping at grocery stores here and just in general if you are able to eat the local food, because the imported food sometimes is even more expensive in Thailand than it is in the United States. So these are some beautiful greens, sweet basil, cilantro, and that's about all I recognize. I'm not really sure what everything here is yet, but it is very inexpensive, just change. And then they have these really cool like soup sets where you can throw like mushrooms and greens and everything you need to throw into like some broth and make you a delicious soup, which is something that they're really big on here. Mushrooms in the US are very expensive, especially for like, specialty mushrooms. And the mushrooms here are just really, really affordable and taste amazing. I love mushrooms here. They don't have much of a flavor. It's more of a texture thing, and they're really good for you. I've had a lot of people ask me about vegetables here, and they do have vegetables. Like Thai people don't generally eat broccoli, so it's about the same price as in the US. And then if you want to save money though, you can get like this big pack of peppers and other local produce for just change. And then they've got cauliflower here, also about the same price as it is in the US. These are some local produce that I don't know what it is, but these are very affordable. Onions here are about 50 cents a pound versus $1 a pound if you were to get them at Walmart, and they do have a variety of different types of onions. Oranges are something that are grown here locally. They have different types of oranges here. These little delicious local oranges are just 92 cents per pound. They're kind of like cuties, but a little bit different. They're really good. Falcon is a huge orange kid. Mangoes are completely different here and a million times better. They are so good and about half the price. If you haven't, this is my favorite fruit here. I will eat mangoes all day long. I will say that we tend to buy our produce at the local market as we're just walking down the street. We have only been to the grocery store a few times to stock up on like some staples, but generally we're buying our produce and most of our food in the local market, which I'll talk more about in a minute. Apples are about the same price here. This is not a local food that is grown here. It's cooler weather crops. Thailand is really hot and is a tropical environment, so a lot of the cooler weather crops like apples and broccoli and cauliflower are not native to here, so it's going to cost a little bit more. Thai people love oil, so there's lots of options for oil that is very cheap. And then I don't know a lot about flavoring and seasonings. I haven't learned how to cook here yet or anything, but a lot of their seasoning is very inexpensive if you're getting local stuff. And then this vinegar is so inexpensive. It is 13 baht, which is just 38 cents for this little thing of vinegar. So as long as it is something that local people use often, there's probably a cheap option here. This ketchup is hilarious because I was really excited that I found a glass bottle of Heinz ketchup, and it is only $1.76 here, but a 2-pack of the same size is over $15 at Walmart. So I feel like I might need to start a business in selling glass ketchup bottles to the United States. I don't know why they're so expensive there. But then there's lots of other condiment options. These are not cheap. They are imported. They are for foreigners. to eat Western style food. This apple cider vinegar also ridiculously expensive at $13 versus $4.50, for the exact same thing in the US. So obviously I would not want to buy that here. You can make your own apple cider vinegar if you would like some raw apple cider vinegar. Salad dressings. So basically if you come here and you want to eat your standard food, you can do that. It's just a little bit more expensive. Rice is obviously readily available. They have tons of options for rice. So I'm going to show you the least expensive option and then the most expensive option. So at Walmart, you can buy a 20-pound bag of just white rice for $12. This bag here is half the size. 20 pounds equals 9 kilograms. So this bag is 5 kilograms and it is $3.19. And then these are just all of the beautiful different rice options. Rice is such an affordable food, even in the United States, but here it is a huge staple in making food more affordable. This is the most expensive rice that they had at this store. I don't know anything about rice. Okay, so I don't know why it's so much more expensive, but it is only $7.23. If you want to go with the brown rice, this brown rice in the US is $19 for a 15-pound bag. This bag is only $5.83. And then, of course, there's lots of ramen here as another really inexpensive food to eat. The ramen here is a lot better than the ramen in the US, and there's a lots more choices. There's flour if you want to bake. They also have some really cheap pancake mix. I haven't bought this pancake mix, but I know when I go to restaurants and stuff and I order pancakes, it almost has a cornmeal taste in it, and I really like it. It's really good. It's different and interesting. I love chocolate, dark chocolate chips. If I wanted to get a bag, they would be $4.80. Peanut butter here is more expensive than in the US. It is $5.24 for a pretty small sized jar of peanut butter, which I'm actually surprised. I need to do a little bit more research because we like peanut butter. We haven't bought it yet, but I wonder if there's maybe a cheaper option. I don't know. They have a lot of peanuts here, so maybe you could just make your own peanut butter if you really wanted to. This is the snack cracker section, which has been great for our 2-year-old. Very inexpensive crackers and snack options. 15 baht, 10 baht for a pack of, these are kind of like Ritz crackers, and then peanut butter crackers are a great deal in my opinion, and our kid loves them. They have Lay's potato chips here for a pretty affordable price. So if you like your potato chips, they have them here as well. We really like these pea chips that we used to buy in the US as like what we consider a healthy snack option. And they have a different brand here. They're ingredient wise, they are really healthy and they are way more affordable. This is something that Falcon eats, and I mean we snack on these too, especially when we're getting a little car sick or seasick. They've really been our like go-to snack since we've been here. I love these seaweed snacks. They are really inexpensive here, local food in the US. I never bought these because they were so much more expensive, but 20 baht is a great deal for these. They really have these like interesting like 4-in-1 juice pouches that are like yogurt and vitamins and also juice. Are they the healthiest option? I mean, not really. It is semi-processed stuff, but Falcon has been drinking these, loves them. There's orange and strawberry and mixed berry. Falcon thinks it's dessert and they have probiotics and vitamins, so it's a win-win for all of us. If you have a kid that is in diapers, diapers here are super affordable and really good quality. They are like pull-up style instead of having the tabs, And I just really like the diapers here better than the ones back home. And of course, affordability. Even if you wanted some organic diapers, these organic diapers are just $16. Now, you guys are going to, I was just shocked about the formula situation here, but I know how expensive formula is. Like the price difference for formula here, it is the exact same thing. This Enfamil, exact same thing. Obviously different language, but I don't understand why formula in the United States is so much more expensive when the exact same thing is here for so much less money. This is just a huge shocker to me, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research in it. This is a different brand. This is a more local brand. Can't really read this, so I think the 3 is like toddler, like 3rd stage, and like the number 1 is like for newborns. I can't read any of this, so I don't really know, but I do know that the Enfamil Lac A is the exact same thing. I did research that, but there are even less expensive options for baby formula than even that $16 one. Just wow. It's so frustrating to me because I know so many people like struggle to pay for their newborns and babies and stuff, and just for the price to be that high and it not have to. The thought of it maybe not having to is triggering to me. So anyway, if you like soda, there are plenty of soda options. They've got Coke and Pepsi, and not all of the options that you have in the US, but you know, there's lots of options. Toilet paper, 28 baht, which is 82 cents for like their cheapest pack. And then people over here don't really use toilet paper all that much. Like they use the bum gun more often than not. But there's still plenty of options for toilet paper. So I went over and found like the most expensive luxury brand of toilet paper that I could find, the extra soft one. This is still only $2.75 for like a 6-pack. And if you wanted to get the extra large pack, compared to US, it's like $26, and this is $12, less than $12. It's hard to compare because they don't have the same brands here, but less expensive here for sure. Milk is something that is more expensive. So you can get milk for $2 in the US, which by the way there is a lot of supplementation through the USDA, through the federal government. So I think that that's one reason why it is more expensive here. Not much more expensive, but still a little bit more expensive, probably because it's not, the milk companies here don't get funding to make it less expensive. Yogurt here is something that is very affordable. That is something that we buy. Falcon loves yogurt. These little 4-packs are just 55 baht, which is like $1.61 for 4 containers of yogurt. They have Greek yogurt if you want that. There's butter and cheese. Both of these items are imported items, so they are about the same price as in America. There's not as much of a variety, but they do still have a pretty good variety of different types of butters and cheeses. And they do a really good job of catering to different types of cultures that eat different foods. The restaurants are also really good at that. Like if you're coming here, you don't have to only eat local Thai food. There are tons of restaurants, especially in Bangkok, that cater to everyone. There's Mexican food, American food, German food, like just all different types of food that you can have while you're here. It's going to be more expensive if you're not eating local Thai food, but you can definitely have everything that you could possibly want. There's a lot of fresh seafood and great options, different types of fish. This is squid. They eat a lot of squid here. We've tried it and it's actually really good. They have like seafood soup that I have really enjoyed that have all different types of seafood. This shrimp is so affordable. I usually don't buy shrimp because it's so expensive, but it's not expensive here. Coffee has been interesting. We're not even coffee snobs. Like, we really like just black coffee with maybe some almond milk. This is the coffee that we've been drinking, just this basic classic coffee. If I can find this black roast, we'll get this. Most of the coffee here, though, is a 3-in-1, so they already have it's coffee with creamer with sweetener, and that is not something that we like. We have tried it. It's okay to have as a treat, but really in the mornings when we wake up, we just want some black coffee. So it can be a struggle to find just plain black coffee because there are so many 3-in-1 options. Which is good. It tastes good, but it's not. We have black souls, and we need some dark black coffee to keep us going through the day. There are a lot of plant-based milk alternatives, so like almond milk, lots of different types of nut milk. Pistachio milk has been something that I have started drinking over here. I don't even think that that's available over in the US, at least not at an affordable price. But this pistachio milk is really, really good. So they have tons of milk options. They also are big into like to-go milk containers. So there's a lot of individual packaged milks and juices. I couldn't tell what size this frozen raspberry bag was, but it is less expensive, but not like super cheap or anything. The same thing with the frozen veggies. They are available, a little bit less expensive, but not amazingly less expensive or anything. And then they have lots of French fry options. I thought this American style fries were kind of cute. They're just crinkle cut fries. Fries have been a staple for us as far as transitioning our toddler over to Thai food. All the restaurants offer, we haven't bought any fries at the grocery store, but the restaurants offer fries and chicken nuggets. So if you're traveling with kids, just know they will have something safe to eat. Fries, chicken nuggets, pizza are pretty common options here. So like I said earlier, we don't really shop at the grocery store very much because prepared food is so cheap here. This is literally right outside the grocery store, and you can get these pre-made meals right here for like very inexpensive, like $1, $2. These little desserts are just 30 baht, which is 88 cents. This is a little soup mix thing where you can throw all the stuff into your broth to make a soup, and it is even less expensive than the one that was inside the grocery store. So the grocery store is really convenient to be able to get all of your stuff in one place. But if you're willing to like shop around at the local shops, like you are going to be saving money and also supporting local businesses, which is what we really try and do. So this was really cool to see these monks out. And then they also get some bubble tea, which we ended up getting one of these bubble teas, and it was delicious. So I'm just stopping here and getting Falcon a little waffle snack. These things were 12 baht each, so I got two. I got Falcon a chocolate one and a strawberry jam one for 35 cents each. There's also just this entire food court here with all sorts of full-on meals for just $2 to $3 with meat, veggies, rice. There's different types of soups, all sorts of things. So it is just interesting how convenient it is to just go ahead and get some pre-made food that's already prepared to you for you versus going to the grocery store. It's also super nice that there's pictures of everything, so even if the menu's not in English or we don't know what exactly it is, there's these samples and pictures so that we can just point to what we want, and it is very helpful and convenient for tourists. Like Bangkok is very tourist friendly. There's people from all over the world that come here. There's actually been very few Americans. Most of the people are from Europe. There's a lot of Germans, different places in Asia, Australia. We've been in Thailand for almost 2 months, and we've run into probably less than 10 people or groups of people that have been from the United States. There's a lot of chain restaurants. Like this is a Dairy Queen, which was super exciting to see. There's also Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's Burger King, McDonald's, like all of the fast food places that you could want are here. I love sushi, but I am used to sushi being very expensive or not very good. But the sushi here is delicious and very affordable. These are between 10 and 25 baht a piece, which is like 30 cents to 75 cents per sushi. And it is delicious. It's gourmet. It's safe to eat. I've eaten sushi multiple times here and have never gotten sick or had any issues with it. And so the sushi here has been really exciting. That is so funny. I don't want to. This is so interesting. And they make your pizza right in front of you.
Strawberry cheesecake went over here.
I know, man. It's really good.
That's good.
really good. I'm gonna give them this one day. So even though we went to the grocery store, the street market still's the winner, and we did not mean to buy any of this stuff, but it was open and getting ready to close on our way home. So we thought we would go ahead and grab some dinner and a snack and some fruit for tomorrow. And then we got that in the mall for Falcon. Everything we bought at the market ended up being a little over 400 baht, which is about 12 USD. So really it is so cheap to buy pre-made food and food at local markets that going to the grocery store isn't as cost effective here as it is in the US. Generally in the US, that is the cheapest place to go and find food, is to go grocery shopping, get cheap foods, like low cost foods, and then come home and prepare it yourself. But it's just really not like that here because farmers markets, local markets are so inexpensive. And not only do they have fresh produce and stuff, but they have pre-made food that's already been cooked for you. And it really doesn't cost any more money. And really, it can be more affordable to just buy pre-made food. So that's what we've been doing a lot when we're here, especially as we're traveling. We can't buy bulk items. So, we went and bought some oatmeal because that's something we can eat every morning for breakfast, and bananas. And so, and we buy coffee at the grocery store. But other than that, we get everything off of the streets as we're walking around. And that has been what is most cost effective for us. I'm sure there are ways to utilize the grocery store if you're here full time for, like buying rice in bulk and a few items in bulk. So it's always nice to just be able to cook and prepare your own meals the way you like them, which has really been our hardest transition coming here. Is we never ate out ever. We always cooked all of our food from scratch at home. And so going from that environment to eating out all the time here and really having very little control over how your food is prepared or what spices and seasonings, and then it's completely different over here, which is cool, but also just a transition. But the biggest issue has been we're not used to eating out. And so having to make constant decisions on what we're going to eat for every meal while we're eating out has just been different. The food situation here is a completely different situation than it was when we were living in the United States.